Hey, we are live. How
Hey,
you guys
okay,
doing?
okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still trying to figure out this board for on air, but
Yeah.
over on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. Hi, guys. Good morning. Here we
Good morning. Good
go.
morning, everybody. This is an exciting episode, ladies and gentlemen. You have no idea how much black coffee we have consumed to keep up with this energy. Oh man, when it comes to goals, you know how everybody got that one inspiration that you want to be like? Well, yeah, he is that guy. If you want to be a great dad, you want to be a great dad not only to a baby, but to some animals as well, from a turtle to a dog. Oh my goodness. And also a great husband to one of the hottest women or lady here in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, to join us on the show, give it up for the one and only Nico Bolzico.
Hi
Hi,
everyone, how are you guys?
oh,
Hey, we're great.
how are
Rico,
you?
Rico, let me correct you. No one of the hottest ladies or girls, the hottest,
The
please.
hottest.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
I just don't want
yeah.
to have problems after. And let me do one more thing. Let me do one more thing before we start with the madness. Is I have Tilan sleeping for already 2 hours and 15 minutes, and that never happened. I thought she
Hey.
was gonna be awake already. So if she wakes up, I will have to go and get her. So it's just next door. But I will disappear for like 3 minutes max. No. 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I just bring her with me to the mom rabbit, okay? Just for your viewers and listeners to know.
I
Can
mean,
we
imagine hands
can
on.
we just all agree that he is literally husband goals? Like, Nico, you don't understand. I am such a fan of yours, like a huge fan. Like, I love your wife. She's great.
Thank
I've been following her for years. But when you came into the picture, I was like, okay, Solen, like, you do you, boo boo. I'm all about the Nico life right now. I mean, from the Bullied Husbands Club to just being such a light, especially right now with all things being so dark. Thank you for making everyone laugh because that's really such a blessing. You truly are such a blessing because we all need a good laugh right now. So before anything else, thank you. Really, thank you.
thank you so much. I'm so humble.
Thank you
Um,
for being with us. Taking time to join us.
did everything put something on Instagram?
Nico, are you there?
Hello, I'm back. Sorry, my internet. Um,
Oh no,
can
we
you hear me?
can't lose
Am I back?
him. He's
Am I back?
Oh, we
there.
are
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Nico, igalaw lang ang baso, magparamdam. Let's see.
Am I okay?
Yeah, you're
I
okay.
don't know.
You're
Let me check if it's my internet or what. I'm good now.
okay. Yeah, you're good now. Okay. All
Okay,
Yes.
right.
okay.
Yeah, he's here. Can
Sorry,
hear us.
sorry, sorry
Okay,
about that. My
so
internet sometimes fluctuates a little bit. Um,
Uh,
so thank you so. I know. Can you hear me now? Or I'm froze.
yeah, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, good. So thank you so much for that. Those words really make me humble, and it's the objective of every single thing I post. I always think, how can I get a smile out of it? But
Mhm.
second,
mm,
I wouldn't be posting if it wasn't for Solen. So I always have to remember I'm the Asawa ni Solen. And that's the reason why I'm today posting and being who I am. So never forget my roots, where I come from. It's like my friends say, like, how do you manage that? It's like, oh, very easy. Just go marry the hottest girl in the country, and that's it.
it's as honest as we could get it. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about. I mean, that's what it is. But for those who don't know, let's take it back. How did you meet Solen? How did that love story come about?
Yeah, so basically, it's a very old school style where we met in a bar when I was.
Mm.
So when I came here to the Philippines, the first month was pretty wild for me because new country. I was like going out pretty often. At that time was Opus and Republic, I
Mm.
think. Yes. So one time I was just drinking there and I just meet her and I was not drunk, but a little bit tipsy. It was Tim Yap who introduced us, and
Mm.
he basically grabbed her hand and rubbed it in my abs, literally like that.
Oh,
and that's it. And that, when that happened, it's one way, right? Once she did that, she was completely hooked. No, just kidding. Um, basically, then we met a couple of times. Then we start talking. Then the real time that we considered that we start dating was for her birthday. That she invited me, maybe. So the way she invited me, because she really wanted me to go, but she didn't want to show it. Then you can cross check everything with Solen. She sent this general message. Hey guys, don't forget about my birthday in Robot. Blah 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 blah. I wait for you there. And I received that general message 23 times, but it's because she sent it just to me 23 times because she wanted me to go there.
Wow.
So yes, yes, yes. You can check that with Solen. You can check with Solen. And then, so when I went there, of course, it was her birthday, so I didn't want to take her away. It was all her friends there. So basically, we just hung out. We have our first proper conversation that day, and from there we start dating. So in the Philippines, you start dating, and then we exclusively dating, and then we were a couple. So the dating was maybe August to September, exclusively September to October. And then in December, she was already in Argentina meeting my parents. So it was pretty fast.
Wow.
Wow.
When they
Can you
say
see
you
that?
know, when they say you know, you know. I mean, some people the time it really varies. Some people it's 10 years. Some people it's a couple of weeks. But Nico, I know you get this question a lot, but I just wanted to know because you know, Solen was really already so known when you met her. It's not like she was starting out or anything. She had a big name for herself already in the country. Were you at all intimidated, or did you feel like, oh, she's not
That's
gonna
the
take me
hottest girl in the game.
seriously? She'll just date me a few times, and then we won't see each other again. Like, how did you feel going into dating her? Were you scared? Were you nervous? Did you feel like it wasn't gonna be serious? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So basically, I don't know if intimidating is the word, but 100% she was completely out of my league. And in my head, I was like, okay, till it lasts, right? Like if she wants to continue, she continue. Me, I was all in. But she was exactly what you said. It's like she was Solen herself. So even my friends in Argentina didn't believe me that I was dating her. So I have to make her record a video saying that she was dating me and we kissed. So I can send it to Argentina. So everyone believed me that I was dating her, right? So I was never kind of intimidating. I was like, okay, if it's really out of my league. If this goes amazing, if it's not, okay, we'll see. But I always liked that she was very independent and that she was, hard worker and like she had so many things. She was always so busy and she was managing so many things at the same time. I think she was shooting at that time Temptation Island. I know all her movies. Temptation Island, and then she was of course GMA, and she was all over the magazines, all over the billboard. So I was like, even proud of it. But of course, I thought like she's like, this is not gonna last. This is too good to be true. This is too good to be true. But after the fourth year, I believe it was gonna last.
Oh, Nico,
Wow.
I can't.
Goals.
I'm sorry. I really genuinely love this man. He's so humble. Out of your league. Nico, you're such a little bit. Ano ka ba? Oh.
And I think the humor as well, it's making the woman laugh. I think that also plays, other than having great abs and a great personality,
He's
Nico. I think,
guapo. He
I mean,
is
it's,
good looking. Okay.
yeah, dude. It's
Established
the
na.
humor.
Is the humor is 90% of it. My sense of humor, I'm blessed with really natural sense of humor, and that's what make me like that's what sealed the deal. 100% was a humor. Trust me. The rest things that she didn't care, but the humor I laughed so much, like she forgot about it a little bit who she was, and she was just living the moment with me laughing. So it's
you know,
90% was a humor.
in comes the success. So when it comes to, you being married to Solen and being at first Solen's boyfriend and being married to Solen, how was it when the offer for your first commercial? How did that feel?
Yeah. when the limelight, the spotlight was on you now.
So of course, my first commercial was with Solen. I mean, it
Uh-huh.
was the two of us, right? Um, so the funny part is, if you know where I'm coming from, I'm coming from a very small city of 40,000 people. I grew up in a house where my next neighbor is maybe at 4 kilometers, horses and cows and corn and soya. And the city that we call is Esperanza. It's 40,000 people. That's the city. That's going to the city. So my friends, when they see what's going on at the beginning, they couldn't understand what is going on. Why you are in a commercial like this? Like there was no real connection for them. In my sorry, I'm back. So they wanted to get a billboard in my hometown with me.
Mhm.
Wow. Oh
Like a
no,
big billboard. Okay,
is
he's
he?
talking about a billboard. Okay, he's not talking about something else.
Oh my god, I love where it froze, monsters. If you could screenshot this right now,
This
this
is your moment.
this would be a very viral moment, right?
Hey,
Exactly as Nico
you
Bolzico.
there you go.
So,
I'm
uh,
screenshotting it, Carla. This is just go,
okay,
Nico. How big is it?
monsters who are locked in, thank you so much for joining us.
There you go. Hold on, we're
We are
frozen
on
right
there,
now.
all right? So we're gonna keep the music going for the riot hits, but on Facebook Live, we are live. So head on over to facebook.com/RX931. We're also on YouTube and on Twitch. So keep it locked in over there.
Yeah, for those that are watching us, how are you guys doing? Thank you for taking time. We have Nico Bolzico. He's joining us live from his home. We are just having some frozen moments, but it keeps on going, man. Send in your comments at RX931. We are talking about the latest app that they have. So we'll talk about that in a bit, about staying in shape. As we are going to try to get them back in just a bit. But of course, on the radio, you are listening to Riot Wednesday. All your favorites, 2000s and beyond. That's what Carla's playing, as DJ Carla is
Yeah.
currently on board doing her thing like a chicken wing.
I
Try
think
to
I'm
get Nico.
I think I'm doing it correctly. Can I just share because so far Kuya Albert, our tech, is not running towards the booth. So I think I got it.
But we are gonna.
I think I got it. Okay, we're just waiting for Nico. We are currently talking about, him being thrust into the spotlight because this is
Yeah.
a man who came from a very small town in Argentina. He was talking about how there are somewhat like 40,000 people in the big city over there. And then he comes to the Philippines, he starts dating one of the most successful, well known, and gorgeous women in the
Now,
country.
according to Nico, not one of the
Yeah, he.
the
That's
the.
what I really appreciate about him. He's a genuinely like loving husband and he knows the concept that I think most men need to remember. It's happy wife, happy life.
Happy life.
Why look at Nico? He is beaming, he is blooming, he
Bas-
is I can't. I'm sorry. I'm
Basta,
just
basta Carla, napansin ko lang on today's show, is natural na natural sa'yo yung pagsabi ng name niya. At sabi pa, I love you! Sabi ko, okay. Sabi ko, natural na natural.
I
It
am
rolls off your tongue.
Facebook.com/RX931 to all the monsters who are locked in. Please don't forget to share this video. There we go. He's connecting again. Hopefully his internet is better while
Yeah.
Rico is teasing me
Yeah,
about
malamang. Love na love mo siya. Ito na, kanya mo gumalik.
okay.
There we go.
Okay.
We are back, Nico.
So sorry, my internet is so bad. I promise if this is not worth enough because of the internet, we do this again. It pisses me off the
Yeah,
internet.
I mean, no
Definitely.
problem. We know that everybody's having a show from home and seeing the setup that you guys have. You and Solen from home. Solen will be taping here, and you'll be taping there.
Yes.
So it's a great thing. So we were talking about the impact of having a billboard being famous in your hometown of Argentina.
Yeah, so basically that's what they wanted to do. They didn't do it at the end, but they said, we're going to put a billboard of you here. So when everyone enters the city, because it's one way to enter the city, they will see that you are a superstar here also, because it doesn't make sense that here you are a farmer and there you are a superstar. So we need to match up the images, right? Of course, they never do it. It was a joke. But first year, when I have to post, or when they saw, like, there are some commercial of mine that are super. Well, I mean, I don't know. I won't mention any brand, but there are some commercials that are like, they were in Argentina. They made so much fun of me, so much
Mm.
fun of me. And every time I post something, so it was for the first 2 years, it was like all the time making fun of me or like back and forth. But now, after what, 4 years, because it's been 4 years since I'm kind of, in Instagram and all that. Now
Mm.
they, whatever they see, it's like, oh, okay, it's Nico doing his thing now. So it took them time to accept it, because really, like, there's a big gap from not personality wise. I'm the first
Mm.
person here or there, but from not having a phone almost to be on Instagram like that, it was a big jump. So,
Yeah.
I
so
Nico,
mean,
what I wanted to ask was, it's one thing to date Solen, right? Who had her career and was used to the spotlight. And then you started getting offers afterwards, first with Solen and then on your own. You started getting your own endorsements as well. Was that a big adjustment for you? Because, yes, you are the goofy, funny, you're an extrovert guy. But to be put in a place na people will see you, companies, brands will trust you with their product. I mean, were you a little hesitant? Were you scared? Were you like, oh, this is so new? I don't know what to do. How was that like for you?
yeah, so basically, of course, I was scared. I didn't know what it was. I always said one thing is, I have to be true to myself. I have to be. I cannot, like, I don't know, if I have an offer for cigarettes, I will never do it, because I never smoke in my life, and I will never be. So it's things that I would consume, or things that I agree with, that I will accept to endorse. But also, the more you did it, the more I got into content creation, and I start having
mm.
fun. And then I'm very much into data. So, with digital world, you can see the data, what work, what doesn't work. So slowly, I got more involved. Like, I got more involved on the campaigns. How can we do this? Let's try this. And I started
Mm.
enjoying it. But at the same time, that started, taking a lot of time, because it's not
Mm.
like, just post and it goes. No, this is so much work behind, not just from me, but from other people. So I kind of discovered a whole new industry
Mm.
that is, it's fun, but it is a lot of work. I mean, you have to think, you have to write, you have to know what to post, what not to post, how to do that. It's kind of like, it is more what you see after in Instagram. So yeah, answering your question, yes, I was completely afraid of, and my first fear was like, because I still am not believing, like, why they are getting me, why, like,
Mm.
like, a football player has sports, Solen have thousand talents, she sings, she paints, she does, she acts, she doesn't. Every endorsement you see, they're either an actor or they have a talent, and then they ask me, it's like, what is my talent? I married Solen, that's my talent, basically. So, so a bit insecurity, right? Like, you like, it's like, I sometimes I even ask the brands, like, are you sure you're getting me, right? It's like, it's not Solen, it's just me. So yeah, so the beginning was like that, and then I realized that, you know like, the followers. I mean, social media, there's so many things going on, so many things happening, but as long as you maintain yourself authentic, and you don't try to be someone that you're not, I think
Mm.
people appreciate that. And I also think people appreciate to see, besides the humor that I'm blessed with, a super good humor, you guys know that.
Mhm.
um, um, it's showing things as they are, right? Like, I'm not a curated guy. I'm barely know how to shoot. So shoot, post. There's a lot. I mean, I have some
Yep.
editing and all that, but like, it's as raw as possible. So I think that's also something that was appreciated. And yeah, that's where it is today. So I'm very thankful and very humble, all the time, because it's something that it help us, of course, economically, and it's something that I never take for granted. I always believe that this is something that, we should always be thankful of, and also be aware that, what we say or what we do, it might have repercussions, right? So it's kind of also responsibility that whatever you communicate, you have to understand that, there might be even kids watching. I have a lot of kids following me, by the way, because of
Uh-huh.
Patato. So that even, it makes you more responsible and more careful on what you said, what to post, what not to post. um, and yeah, so it's basically where we are.
Nico, was there a post that Solen flagged you down for? That she was like, "Oh my God, Nico, I can't
I
believe
think
you
it's all
posted
the
this."
posts.
Exactly. No, she never flagged me down because she needs to approve the post. It's not the brand. It's not. She approved all my posts, mostly related to her, and now especially with Dylan. With Dylan, it's 100% Solena approved. Otherwise, I will not even dare to post.
Oh, okay. Now, since we're on the topic of social media and posting, Nico, one of the reasons why I think people, especially women, love your content is because of your bullied husbands club. Now, our fellow DJ, Nikki Porter, is actually watching right now. So, hi, Nikki. And she wants to know, like, what is the story behind that? Because, first of all, are you president? I think you are the founder, right, of said club. And you've got Erwan, I think Erwan, your brother-in-law, is part of that, and I think the husbands of all the other friends of Solen are as well, right? So, what is the story behind this exclusive club of banded husbands, or should I say, bounded husbands, bound to their wives?
Okay. Okay, first, it's not exclusive. It's completely open to everyone. I think every husband feels identified. And to be honest, I always said it's the most feminist club that you can find because it starts from the point of respect to women.
Mm.
I always say and I always think that women in this world are way stronger than men. I always see that from where they come from, not only just having to go through pregnancy and how the world sometimes benefit men more than women. I mean, not benefit, but like give more chances. I mean, it's the reality. So the club comes from that perspective where we actually celebrate women and we actually I treat them as like the super boss they are, because at the end of the day we all are like that. We all, like, our real boss is our wife, and we are happy with that. I mean, nobody's complaining, and I think it's the way it should be. And every time and it became, of course, a humor, and then people join, and everyone is telling me to write a manual that I have some them, but I haven't had the time to sit down and go through it. But it's really like came out of the blue. Like everything I do came out of the blue. I never planned it, and it just Patato, the same thing, Pochola, the Bully Husband Club, Boitzila, all came out one day. I just wrote it and hit. And now it's more on a reminder of how important our wife, and how we should always tell them and express to them how much we love you and that we're here for them. And the idea of the Bully Has Gone was even reinforced more to me after I saw Solen going through pregnancy and giving birth and being a mom. It's like, if I thought before they have the harder part of life, after I saw that, it's like, man, we men are pretty useless for life
I mean,
recreation.
Nico, how was that
Let
journey?
us record that. Let us record that and make that a ringtone slash anthem for the station. No, but you know what, Nico? Big ups to you, because it takes a real man who is confident and secure in himself to say that. And I think that the movement of the Bullied Husbands Club is actually a very positive thing, because it also shows men that, look, this doesn't make us any less. It doesn't make us weak. It just makes us, aware of what we are doing for our wives as well. Because, wives, girlfriends, fiancés, they also do a lot of things around like the house and life. Some of them are working, and then their moms as well. So it's just so nice that you're doing stuff like that. Hashtag sana all. Sana all.
you know,
Ladies and
Nico, you
gentlemen.
did mention earlier about the journey of Solen and her pregnancy. Now, how was that? From the first month, take us through a roadmap here of how it was to the first month to the ninth month, and of course, giving birth. And there you have it.
Oh
This is very
no, short and sweet. We're just gonna wait for Nico to reconnect his
yeah.
internet, because I feel like everyone's having a hard time with their internet now. But Rico, are you learning a thing or two?
I'm learning a lot. One of the things that
Uh-huh.
it's funny how we break it down every segment. Though, yeah, we're
Sorry.
learning. So there we go.
I'm
Okay,
like
Nico.
Batman. Sorry, I'm a go on in and out. You know, like
It's okay.
one
It's
moment,
okay.
the reason why that happens, so everyone knows, I'm switching to one internet to the other. When this doesn't work, I
Oh,
switch to the other. So
okay. It's
just
okay.
for
Now we were
interest.
talking about, you were mentioning about the journey with Solan, right? So what do you want to learn? First, it's the pregnancy from first month to the ninth month. How was the journey like for you being the husband on the other side of things?
Yeah. So basically, we didn't have an easy pregnancy. I think that's public information already. So Ilan was not properly growing, and from the fifth month onwards, I have to inject Solen in the stomach. We have to go to check in the hospital every week. She had to take so many different medicines and pills and all that. So from my perspective, it was like I felt a bit like I'm doing absolutely nothing because there is nothing I can do, right? You can just be there and support, but the pills she was taking it, the injections I was applying them, but she was taking them. The pain she was taking it, the whole even the risk, the life risk, she was the one taking it. I was just there to support and see what I could do. But at one point, I saw Solen, she stopped caring about her body,
Mhm.
and just to be able for Tinan to grow. And like when I saw that, I was like, it's crazy. Like she have to be on bed rest. She was confined like 3 times before she gave birth. We have a lot of complications. It was a good end of the story. I mean, it was a happy ending at the end. But as a father, you see yourself and like, what can I do? Like my body didn't change. I'm
Mhm.
of course emotionally you change, but uh, you feel like even more useless than before, right? Like it's like, okay, she's going through this. What can I do besides being there and support and be like moral support? Like, but there's no match.
Mhm.
So it made me see Solen as like in a completely different way that I haven't met her before. Even if I was in love with her way before the pregnancy, it was like, okay, this is a whole new level that was unlocked now in our relationship that I will like. I never expected. So it was the pregnancy. We cannot say we really enjoyed. It was pretty stressful.
Mhm.
Also made us stronger as a couple. And the moment Inan came out that I was with Solen, the moment she cried out of Solen, I think we both teared down and started crying so much. And as a father, it's amazing because as a father, they always tell you, oh yeah, when you're a dad, you will feel this thing, this that, and in my head it was like, yes, maybe. I don't know. Like that's maybe your experience, but for me, I was like, okay, maybe. Let's see. For sure, I will love my baby. I will be like a in love with your baby, but it cannot be that different from the love I have for Solen or the love I have for my family and that. But if you realize that it's completely different, and it's something that no matter how many parents tell you about it, you won't understand it till you actually live it until you
Mhm.
actually have your baby and all that. And it's something that very difficult to explain. I don't think you can explain. And now when we look back of what we went through and what we enjoy with Ilan every morning. That, by the way, Solen just got her, so I'm gonna be in trouble because I should have known. Um, so you realize, I mean, we enjoy absolutely every single second, and I even wrote a mission statement. I don't know if you call it mission statement, that as a father to Pilan, things that I will never change, that I want like a person. For example, I wrote that all my mornings will be for her. At least the first 2 hours of my day will be for her, unless she doesn't want that anymore when she's 18. But I promise her to dedicate every single morning of my life to her. So, and then a lot of things. So it's like it's really something. As a dad, I never expected to feel this way,
Mhm.
and of course, I'm 100% sure all the parents feel the same. And yeah, it's actually super great.
Learnings.
It's
Thank you
like
for
it's
sharing that.
like
Thank
I
you.
it's like I think I've reached like the pinnacle of loving him but he says something and it just makes me love him even more. Like, you are definitely somebody that deserves all of the
Yeah.
support, all of the love from your fans and supporters.
Mm.
Nico, we forgot to ask this to you earlier, but you know, with this entire pandemic, with the lockdown that happened, you
Mm.
also became a new dad, a first time dad
Mm.
to a human. I mean, patato forever. But you know, how has your routine or your life changed as well? Because we always
Mm.
ask our guests, you know, you came from a very busy schedule. Solen did as
Mm.
well. You know, you had certain commitments and appointments and meetings and all of that to absolutely nothing. And then you're new parents as well. So how has this entire experience been so far? Like, have there been big changes? Have there been things that you've discovered about yourself, about Solen, about fatherhood? Because it's been a crazy couple of months, Nico, and you
Yes.
especially have been through so much as well.
Yes, so definitely was massive change on my lifestyle and our lifestyle. First, I think Milan is the silver lining of all this pandemic for us because we really spent a lot of time with her, and I realized that I would have missed so many things of her growing up that I can enjoy now because I'm at home. But if I would have my 9 to 6 work that I go to the office normally, I would have missed so much, and I just realized it because I see it now. Um, but it did change a lot. So basically, life with this pandemic is pretty routinary.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, but I'm liking the routine. Basically, as I said, the mornings I'm with Nan. It's my mornings all the time. But I put her to sleep around 9 because around 8:30 that's her morning nap, and she wakes up at around 10, and that's when Solen takes over. But today she slept till 11:15 because you guys were calling. Um, and then I'm managing three, not directly have great people under me, but I'm overseeing, put it that way, three business, two related to agriculture and the Ungol or Bolzico beef, the beef distribution we have
Mm.
with R1. um, it's all through the computer. We have a new software we have that we use to communicate, software that we use for objective, and I think that the pandemic pushed us to be able to work remotely. So that's also a good thing. I think it's another silver lining of the pandemic.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, and I think it all came at the same time, as you said. It's like I became a dad, then the pandemic came. Well, so many things happened in this 2020. We don't. I mean, it's like a 24-month year. But I think it's always, like even the brand, right? I'm shooting videos for the brands all at home.
Mm.
So I have a small production team. There are two of my friends that we always swap before they come, and we do the shooting here at home. It's a new normal, and it became like kind of like, okay, you live in your house. This is your house, and you do pretty much everything in your house.
Mhm.
And it's good. It's nice in a way that we became more efficient, I believe. But
Mhm.
of course, you want to get out, you want to see people, you want to interact. I mean, I believe that i- interaction with people is not always necessary for work, especially for meetings. You can do 45 meetings that before used to take us three hours. But I still think that we need that warmness of, I don't know if that's the word, warmness, of meeting with people and talking and each other eye to eye, and not having internet issues that we're having today. I mean, like I think you need that personal touch sometime also, and also to motivate people, and to make sure that there's a team spirit. But as of today, we need to deal with what we have, and we're taking it step by step. I mean, for me, it's always we need to stay positive. I think it's something that I saw in the Philippines. Since I always repeat this, but
Mhm.
something very different about the Philippines, and might be a cliche, but it's their people, and
Mhm.
and and I experience it in these 10 years. Every time there's a catastrophe, every time there is something, a typhoon or we have everything here, by the way. The Philippines get together, and there is like an informal way of helping people. Well, because the government help and institution help, NGOs, but there is an informal helping, the base of people getting together and connecting, and realizing that we are in this together. That is,
Mhm.
for me, is the biggest contribution to every catastrophe that we have. And I think this pandemic is not exception. And I've seen so many Filipinos coming together and helping each other. And I think we always need to remind ourselves that we are a strong nation, and we have probably the best people in the world, because I don't see that in other countries, right? And I think this is a temporary issue that it will finish at one point. And always remind ourselves that we are the lucky ones. We are the ones that we have a roof, we have food, we have family, we have health, right? So there's people that don't have that. So with that in mind, always try to help as much as possible. Keeping that clear in mind and trying also to stay sane, in the sense that and I spend so much time at home. 90% of my time is at home, 95 maybe. That sanity is also important. You exercise it all the time.
You can see the bayanihan that Filipinos have. It's being displayed, and Nico sharing it. It's great, and thank you for being here in the Philippines and staying
He's not
here.
even Filipino, but my gosh, we've
Oh my
adopted him.
God,
Of course.
the love that you got, and for
May I
sharing it. Oh,
ask a question? I'm sorry because I just feel like this needs to be asked. Nico, do you have the same amount of hours in a day as everybody else? Because when we take a moment, he is a full time dad. He is running three businesses. Yes, he has people who are helping him, but he has three businesses. He has a social media account that is also a business. He's also filming for an app. I mean, how do you manage all of these things? Like, do you have any tips? Because especially for everyone right now, this is the new normal. People are either working from home. Some parents are homeschooling as well as working from home. Do you have any solid tips that you can give people who are watching right now that will help them go about their day and maximize the time that they have?
I think it's about priorities and organization, right? So what I do, I organize myself. I make sure that when I'm doing something, I'm really doing it. I do this thing that's called productive sprints. Basically, if I have to do one thing, I disconnect everything from anything else, and I just focus on that thing for 45 minutes to 1 hour. And if you do that, something that might take you 3 to 4 hours because you are doing it plus answering the phone and doing it, you might have it done in 45 minutes instead of 3 hours because you really focus on that. For those 45 minutes, nothing bothers you. Second, I think it's priorities, like how you organize your day, right? So I wake up and I know pretty much what is going to happen in my day, or where, unless there is something extraordinary, but where my day will be dedicated. So I know when I'm going to be with Ilan. I know when I'm going to be sitting in front of the computer. I know when I'm going to be shooting something for myself, or because I shoot a lot alone, right, with the tripod and just me. I know I have already all the schedule post, and then I know when we have meetings, Zoom meetings, and all that. So it's pretty much organized, and whenever I'm doing something, I'm just doing that. Like I don't do anything. I don't think multitasking come say hi. Sorry, Tilan will say hi.
hey, baby.
Yeah, radio.
Hi, Rico.
Hi, how are you
How
doing?
are
Hi,
you doing?
Solen.
Done the live yet. Hi guys.
Hi, Solen. How are you doing?
Rico is
This
trying to
time,
make about him.
Uh,
Rico, take out, zoom them.
See, wow.
wow,
Hi,
wow.
hi,
Hello.
Susan.
Hi
Hi,
guys.
Solen.
I've
Hey.
been I'm supposed to do a live with you guys. I've been
Yeah.
totally ignoring.
Yes, and we've been
Hi.
hoping to have you on the show as well. But oh my
We
goodness, thank you.
I have no help for this one kasi.
So cute, guys.
oh my goodness.
Oh, Nico, just a quick question. When is she allowed to have a boyfriend?
13 like mama.
What? 30, 30, not 30,
30.
30. Yes.
Oh,
What would you do if somebody will try to court her?
bye,
So
Solen. Thank
it goes
you.
with wow.
oh. oh
Um,
my goodness.
yeah, the boyfriend for Tilan will be is a tricky situation. We'll see how it comes. I'm gonna cross that bridge when it comes, but um I will be part of the process for her selection for sure. 100%.
Oh, you and Solen are such amazing parents. Like, you're so hands on. And oh my gosh, please, like, write a book. You need to write a book ASAP. Seriously. Like, any book that Nico writes, I will buy. I will buy 10 copies of it. Okay,
But
let's get
do you see my grammar when I write? Are you sure you want me to write the book?
You know, we can read and we can make a little code,
Yeah,
like a
you can do
decoder at
it.
the side. Nico, that's part of why everyone loves you because you stay true to yourself and you stay authentic. And I think that's very important, especially in this day and age of social media. People are
Yeah.
too busy trying to be perfect. And you're here like posting whatever you want. Like, listen, this is real life and this is how I'm posting it. Speaking of real life, fun questions. Rico, go.
All right.
I have to
So,
get to know him more.
Nico, you being in the Philippines, the first time you got here, what was the first or Tagalog word or sentence that you've learned?
That's radio friendly. We are live on air.
Okay, so I will not say the truth. I will say something else.
Go.
No, so basically, that's one of my biggest debt with the country, learning
Mm.
Tagalog. I tried, I took lessons after at 6 p.m. in the office, all that. I'm just terrible at languages. I'm still learning English. That's my issue. So that's my biggest debt with the Philippines. Of course, Tagalog has 15% of the words are in Spanish, so all those I know them all, and it's amazing
Ah.
because I'm listening Tagalog, and then there is that Spanish word that I can catch up, so I more or less kind of follow what it's about. The first word I learned in Tagalog, it was playing football here. I used to play for Kaya FC.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
That's another thing that my friends cannot believe that I play first division football because I'm not even the best within my friends, so they were like impossible. Um, uh, but it's a bad word. Can I say it or not?
Oh.
Uh,
Uh,
to everybody out there, you're gonna have to head on over
Okay,
to
okay,
this.
okay, okay. I said
That's how we're gonna make it.
so
with a
basically,
P. Okay.
we go for a ball that is like like 50-50, and I go all in. When I play football, I go all in. I don't have talent, but I have a lot of attitude. That's my way of, so we go all in. And when we go all in, of course, we all both crash. And
Mm.
the other player that I will not mention his name because it's very known, and I'm very good friend of him. He goes like
Mm.
P-U Dinamo.
Ah.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
In
So.
my head, in my head, I was like, dude, I know the first word because it's in Spanish. So and
Yeah.
for more, it was you or to you. So it's like I know what you said, by the way. And we're very good friends today. So every time we meet, we remember how the first conversation we had it was in the field and started like that.
I'm
I
sorry, but
mean,
I have to say, why do Filipinos, I'm a Filipino, but I find myself guilty of doing this as well. Why do we love to introduce foreigners to the curse words? Why is that always our
that,
first?
that is the best expression. How
I
about
think it's everywhere is like that. Everywhere, like you always want to introduce the bad words in a football game while you're playing. eh, I mean, there's only bad words basically being said, so that's a normal scenario. But of course, Mahal Kita is the one that I asked first in order to be able to say to Solen. Um, that was, let's do the unofficial version is where was it? Later, 10 minutes. Thank you. Sorry, papers to sign because I need to sign. So let's put that the official one is Mahal Kita, and then the unofficial one is the one that I just told you about. Don't know.
So
Okay,
official one is Mahal.
I have a
Go,
question.
Carla.
What do you miss about Argentina? Like, if you could name maybe three things aside from family and friends, what do you miss from Argentina that you wish was here?
Yeah, I miss horses. I miss horses a lot. I love, I believe the farm. I grew up in the farm. My dad he started the farm when my grandparents immigrated to Argentina from Italy. So we have this farm, and I miss being there. Of course, family and friends, as we said, but miss being there because I believe when you work in a farm, there is a couple of things that happen. First, at the farm, we're all the same. It doesn't matter who owns the farm, who doesn't own the farm, who's an employee, who's not. We're all doing the same thing, and it's normally working the land or feeding the animals or whatever it is. Makes you share that moment with the people around you and appreciate what they do, but also make you share that moment with nature and appreciate that everything that we have comes from the land. So you know where things come from. So I always said that the farm is the biggest university that anyone can have. So I miss that a lot. Being a farmer and work the land, go dirty, I think that's where you learn. I learned, I mean, of course, with my dad next to me and all that, but it's where I learned my biggest lessons. And I really miss that. And I want Tilan to be able to experience that. Um, I miss the weather sometimes because we have the four seasons in Argentina. So I really like to be cold. I want sometimes winter. I want to be able to wear a jacket and to feel cold. And yeah, no, the other way is have to be family and friends. Is the other thing. I mean, my parents are pretty old. They're 8 years old today. So make me miss them a lot because I haven't seen them because I normally go to Argentina every December for Christmas. My whole life, my every Christmas in my life, I spend it in Argentina, in Esperanza actually. And the first Christmas I didn't spend there was the Christmas last year. It's because Tilan was born on January 1, so of course I didn't leave. And then this Christmas, it doesn't look like we're gonna go. So it's gonna be almost a year and a half that I haven't been home, but that never happens because I normally go there either one or twice a year. So yeah, I miss that being with them and sharing and a bit of the culture. I would say the food, but we have the beef here now, so
I know. Thank you.
Nico,
that would be-
how does it feel to have a beef that's named after your last name and you're slicing it and you're opening it? How does it feel to eat your own beef?
Okay. So the Bolzico beef, that question, yeah. Wait, how do I answer that without? Okay, the Bolzico beef, is me, Erwan, and I, right? It's both of us.
Yeah.
It's 50. The name came because one restaurant that was buying our beef, the owner, Chef Wade, he said, how do I put the name of your beef in the menu? I said, I don't know, just whatever you want. So he put Bolzico beef, and from there we stick and we start using, and we kind of have a ring on it, so we stick to Bolzico beef, and it's super nice because when it says Bolzico beef, I don't think Bolzico as me, because the whole beef industry from my side, it was built by my dad. So I always tell to my dad, it's like, look what you did. And he loves it. And we talk a lot about it, how the beef is doing here and what can change, what can we improve. And it's kind of like a way to connect even at a different level with my dad, because we never talk much about we talk about the farm, but never about the beef as a business. And he loves to talk about that. He has a magazine, like people have Playboy magazine. My dad has a magazine with the bulls, each of the champions bulls, and he buys semen from that to bring to the farm. So he shows me always that. He loves to talk about that. Maybe the connection between Playboy and the magazine was not there. So yeah, it's actually, it's funny and fun, but it's also something that I don't take it for myself. It's for my dad, actually. He's the Bolzico beef. I'm just the one, the trader.
We're learning the story behind the name, because we always thought it was a family tradition of naming the beef, and then next thing you know, it was from a chef. Hey, you call it Bolzico.
Not to make sip or anything, okay? But I know somebody who directly orders the Bolzico beef to have it delivered to his home. And every time before the pandemic, when we would go out, if a restaurant had a steak and it said Bolzico beef, we bought it because it's excellent. So
Quality is there.
kudos to you and to Erwan. It's honestly very, very good beef. Since we're on the topic of food, we're gonna talk about fitness as well, because if there's one thing you're known for, Nico, it's being fit. Before we talk about your latest venture, which I'm sure a lot of people are very excited for because workouts at home are the new normal, let's put it at
Yeah.
that, and workouts in the garden. Do you have any cheat meals or any guilty pleasure food that, you know what? Yes, I have abs, but I will
I
never
like.
know. Do you have a like that?
Yeah, to be honest, my nutrition is not an example. I love sweets, and I eat pretty much sweets every day, and I eat a lot. So nutrition wise, everyone would be much better to ask. He knows what is good, what is bad to eat. Me, I cheat pretty much every day. I must say, every day I have something sweet. I love, like, especially I discover here the ensemadas and I discover here the pan de sal. It's impossible not to have it. So, but what I do is I do work really often, at least 5 to 6 times a week. Uh, so what I do is I prioritize my working out. I say, okay, this is like a meeting, right? So I will work out at this time. Before it used to be 6 to 7 a.m. I work out. Now because of Milan, I moved to 12 to 1 or 12:30 to 1:30. So during the lunchtime, where everyone is having lunch, I'm working out because it's the time that people don't really connect or they're actually eating. So I'm very very specific with workout, and I do burn a lot of calories when I work out. So yeah, when it comes to cheat meal and all that, you can ask everyone if you wanna. I'm the biggest cheater in that sense. I cheat all the time. I'm not a good guy to talk about nutrition. I will start. I always said I will start, but I need to improve that part of myself.
With home workouts, everybody that's watching and listening now, with home workouts, it's always, the pandemic, everybody was, had no choice but to adapt.
Yeah.
It became tougher. Like myself, I would work out, but then you get burnt out. In comes the Rebel app. Okay, so how did this get how did it get started? And tell us about the story behind this.
Okay, let me start by saying that workout is boring. I mean, for me, maybe other people enjoy it or not, but we work out because it's really important for our health, and it's because the way you feel after you work out makes your day so much better. You're much more efficient, you're much fresher and all that. But let's don't forget, for me, working out is boring, but I do it every single day because I think it's super important for everything you do after it, and also to be healthy, because I want to be able to live Pilan at the age of 75. I want to be, even if she's going to be 25, maybe not at the age of 75, but maybe she's going to be 35. But, to be able to be active with her when in the next 10, 15 years, be able to play sport with her. So I want to, I don't want to have this, pain back or knees or issues. So working out is very important for our health. There is no doubt about it, and we have to do it. And the Rebel app, when it was an idea, we have again with Erwan, and of course we have the main guy behind the scenes that he doesn't want to be mentioned, but I will mention Jill.
Jill.
Yes, he's actually the one who is doing everything behind the scenes. He's the CEO of the company, and the thing, well, we're supposed to have open a real gym, right? But because of the pandemic situation, we couldn't do it. So then one thing that I always said that in the Philippines is Filipinos always think that whatever is outside is better, and whatever is in the Philippines is not as good as whatever is outside. Imported is better, or they look for advice sometimes outside the Philippines. And me being here in the Philippines, there's so many amazing and great things in the Philippines that are much better than the one from outside. But I don't know, Filipinos sometimes fail to see how good the country is, or they have a difficulty to trust in their country. And me, I came from outside. I say, no, we don't need to bring anything from outside. There's so many great things inside the country at many levels. In agriculture, technology. I can talk about that the whole day. It's just a matter of showing it, right? Of trusting in it. So Rebel was born with that idea, right? With the idea of why are we looking for advice from outside trainers? I mean, there's so much talent here in the Philippines. We have great trainers in the Philippines. We have great people that can help us go through the healthy journey that every Filipino needs. Because in the Philippines also you see a lot of things that the Filipinos say they want, and from what they want to what they do, there is always a gap. It's a bridge. It's to be, I want to be healthy. Okay, you need to work out. But there is that space that, I don't have time. It's expensive to pay for a trainer. There's a lot of reasons why. So the Rebel app came with that idea, right? First, getting the best local trainers and coach all in one place, because that's the other thing. The information is all scattered. So we got it all in one place. And if you look at the app, these trainers are incredible. They're so good. And then, of course, different type of workout. You have, you can do stretching, you can do cardio, you can do fitness. I mean, there's something for everyone. And second, second is to make it for free. I mean, we don't want to charge. It should be something available for free.
Mhm.
And third, for whatever excuse you have, there is a workout for you, right? So I don't believe that. Of course, we have different lifestyles and different realities, but
Mhm.
we do have 15 minutes every day to dedicate it to workout. You don't need any equipment. You don't need anything. So there is a program called Rebel 15 that is 15 workouts of 15 minutes each,
Mhm.
right? So you have no time. You have a workout for you. You want to focus on your abs. There is another workout for you. You want to gain muscle. There is a workout for you. Oh, I don't want to spend. You don't need to spend. It's for free. So there is like trying to build all that in one app, and it kind of a combination of showing how good the Philippines can be,
Mhm.
and also filling up this bridge from what Filipinos want to what the Filipinos do. So that's where Rebel comes, right in the middle of it. So
See,
it's
I'm
something that
signing up now. It's right
I love.
here. I'm signing up now because I
Yes.
do like to work out. So this is a journey. Carla, go ahead. Ask the questions as I sign up for my Rebel membership right now.
I
Oh,
challenge you to do the Rebel 15. One
oh,
workout every day for 15 minutes a day.
oh, Rico, do it now. You're being
I
challenged.
will.
No,
I
Nico.
That's
will.
the challenge.
Thank you for mentioning that. I think that that's something that a lot of us are also guilty of. We don't mean to, but a lot of the times we do look outside. Like, oh, this is from so and so, this is from this country, it must be better. I love how you are a foreigner living in the Philippines and you're like, listen, the Philippines is so great for all of these things. We have amazing trainers, fitness, the food, I mean, organic ingredients, and everything is just all here. And it's so nice that you and your partners were able to develop something that not only celebrates the
Mhm.
Filipino, but encourages them as well. And I think
I,
that's something that we need, especially right now.
I always said the Philippines is the best country in the world with the worst marketing.
Mhm.
Mm. True.
Hey. So Carla, look at this question. What are
Okay.
your goals? Lose weight, get leaner, get stronger, build muscle, get fit, feel healthier, and clear your mind. Let
Oh,
go of stress. Oh, diva? I'm gonna put get leaner.
you know what I love? I love what you said. The reason why he's also so into fitness is because he wants to be there for his daughter. Every step of the way, every milestone. And if you guys do decide to have more children, I mean, it's nice to be able to be a parent who is active, a parent who is involved in their children's lives. And I think that's something very special. Nico, we wish we could have you for longer. I am honestly just so in awe of how amazing of a person you are, truly. You really are. And I think that's why everybody loves you. I mean, you said it yourself. You're a man who is naturally funny. God blessed you with a great sense of humor. What message or advice do you have for people who can't seem to laugh right now, or who want to be positive and happy, but they just can't seem to be? Because you look like the perfect guy to give this advice because you're always in such a good mood. You have good vibes all the time. So, any tips? Any advice?
Um, of course, we all have different realities, right? We all face different challenges, but something that I think is we have the capability to write our own script, right? Sometimes we think we are how we are because, oh, my family was like that, or I'm genetically moody because my father was moody, and all those things. I would say you clean it up from your head and write your own script. Of course, not every day is a great day, but there are bad days, good days. But as long as we are aware of what is happening and before we actually let whatever is happening affect us, we just take a step back because it's important to know that whatever is happening will affect us as much as we let those things to affect us, right?
Yes.
So be present, be thankful for what you have. Try to help as much as possible. For me, helping other people, it's a really selfish thing to do because you feel much better helping someone than what you're actually helping. So it's actually something really great. And I mean, whatever change we need to do to be happier start from ourselves. I mean, we cannot expect anyone else doing it for us.
Mhm.
It's a matter of us changing inside. And if you want to change someone because you think that is a person that is making you sad or something, the change starts from you, right? And being positive, being helpful, being aware, being thankful. I think all those things we can do, and again, slowly, step by step. I believe that today in this 2020, it's hard to be positive. Sometimes it's hard to smile. There's a lot of things going on. But again, this is temporary, and as long as we stay positive and we help each other and we stay together, I think everything will be fine.
Carla, and for those that are watching, Nico, you did share that it does start from within and it starts by getting in shape. Sorry, I'm just on this portion now that it takes Carla 15 minutes. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube for Pop Sugar and I do my hip hop Tabata every morning. Carla does her yoga.
It's Nico.
Carla, 15 minutes. So I'm part of the team now. I signed up. I'm with Nico, who has no shirt, Erwan, Arnold, and Inian, also Val de los Santos, Vince Velasco, Carla Piscoso, Tinoy, Borromeo, and Nick Daes, Cam Lagmay, Hans Baraga, Kiana Hinares, Lexi Noval, Joe Villablanca, and Joe Sebastian. I'm part of a team. I just signed up. 15 minutes, 1-5. I'm excited.
Good for you, Rico. You're part of the team. Now get to working out.
Excited.
You're going to be accountable by Nico himself because he challenged you.
So Nico, yes.
I will challenge you in social media, so it's official.
So next time I see you, Nico, I will have an ab picture with you. All right. So that is a challenge that I'm going to embrace in behalf of everyone.
You pay good money for that picture.
Before you start the challenge, tell me why you want to do it. What's your purpose?
To be to be the best person that I could be. That's the real talk, So
remember that every time you want to give up.
Okay, there you go.
There's life advice right there. I know it's fitness, but Nico Bolzico, you are just full of wisdom. Okay, no.
And Nico, go ahead, Carla.
No, go. You first.
No, okay na. Nahiya tuloy ako.
Nico, before we let you go, because we know you have to sign papers, be a dad and a CEO and a husband all in one. Hashtag sana all again. Hashtag sana all. Have you seen this man? Anyway, message for all of your fans, your supporters, and your followers, the people that love you and support you and just want to, love on you forever because you have brought so much joy into their lives. Message for all your fans.
To them, it's only one word I can say, and it's thank you. I mean, I am very humble, and again, my birthday was on Saturday, and I always said birthdays in the Philippines are different because you receive so much love from people that you know, but also from people you don't know. So I'm very, very thankful, and I hope I continue putting a smile in your day every time I post something. And again, you make so many things happen in my life, and it's thanks to them. And without them, we basically, we wouldn't be able to do pretty much anything. So I just have to say thank you and how humble I am because of them. And then I will ask them, why do they follow me? Because sometimes I don't understand that part.
Oh my gosh, belated happy birthday.
Belated happy birthday, Nico.
Did you say your birthday?
Thank you.
Your birthday was Saturday?
Over the weekend, yeah.
Saturday, yes. I turned 37.
You're the same birthday with Carla.
Really? October 3.
Yay!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nico.
It's you, it's Rian Ramos, and me. Those are the 3 October 3rd I know.
First of all, he put me in the same group as him and Rian.
Look at you, Carla. Look at you.
That's the show. Thank you so much. Nico, thank you. Thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you so much.
For making time. We wish you all the best. When all is safe and well, we will have you in the booth, hopefully with Solen as well, because I feel like the two of you would just make everybody laugh. So thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Thank you, Rico. Thank you, Carla, for the opportunity. Continue spreading the love and spreading the joy. And it was a pleasure and an honor to share this hour with you.
And Nico, our next photo, once again, I will take the challenge, the Rebel Challenge that you did talk about. You will have abs, okay? So even if I'm chubby at that time, I will take an ab photo with you. All right.
All right.
Stay
Bye.
safe.
Nico.
There
Thank you.
you
Thank you.
have it, ladies and gentlemen. Nico Bolzico, Carla Aguas. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a show. Indeed, it is a great, great episode. We learned a lot, as far as getting life together. Being, if we all need that superhero that we look up to. For me, I mean, as a dude, as a man,
The dude.
I'm still a dude. I'm still trying to be a man, and
Dude.
this is the man that you look up to because he married the hottest girl in the game. Putting it all there and encouraging her, staying in shape. It's such an inspiration. Grabe.
You know how I see it is, yes, he married Solen. So yes, at the start, people knew him as like Solen. He said it himself, Solen's boyfriend, Solen's
Mm.
husband. But I love how he has grown into his own, and that we as Filipinos have basically accepted him like, okay, you're ours now. We love you. And I feel like it's men like him that really challenge other men to
Mhm.
be more secure and confident and supportive of the women in their life and of their own lives, because it's amazing to see somebody who has absolutely the most, I don't know, just I'm in awe. Rico,
Mhm.
humble, hilarious, headstrong,
Mhm.
smart.
Mhm.
I mean, okay, hashtag sana all doesn't even begin to cover it. It really
And
doesn't.
it's like when you're a basketball player, you look up to being Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
This one, husband goals, the honesty, the transparency that he shared with us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Going into this interview, Carla, when we do interviews, Carla would always mention, I don't know how I'm going to go in this interview. Now it's my turn to say, I was hella nervous, Carla. I
Oh
was like,
man.
oh man, am I going to work out with this guy? How is it going to be? And next thing you know, for him to even share the journey of everything. Oh my goodness. So thank you, Nico. And don't forget to get the Rebel app.
Yeah.
Guys, 15 minutes. 15 minutes. That got me excited because usually it takes me 30 minutes to 45 minutes to work out in the morning.
No,
So
it's
yeah.
free. And at the end of the day, it also encourages fellow Filipino fitness
Mm.
coaches, life coaches, and all of that good stuff. So be sure to download the app. And while you're at it, don't forget, guys, you can share this video, share it with all of your
Mm.
friends. If they just missed it, if they just caught the last part of the video, it is
Mm.
available, facebook.com/RX931, also on our YouTube channel and on Twitch. Thank you, monsters, for joining us.
Mm.
Over here on Facebook Live, he's Rico Chismoso.
She is Carla Aguas on air. We continue with your favorites right Wednesday. Go tag someone who's a new dad. Tag someone who's trying to get in shape. Just tag someone so they can get started on their journey. But there you go. Thank you very much, Nico Bolzico.
Now on air, since we had